All rise.
I want viewers watching my show to believe in themselves.
Judge Hatchett is compelling.
I was not the first one to throw a walk.
Let me just tell you what you just said.
Compassionate.
I really enjoy being a judge. Now I am touching people who I will never know I touched.
She's powerful.
You should have never let them walk out of your life when she was 3.
And she's on the bench.
Don't get me preaching up in here today.
Right.
You're watching The Verdict with Judge Hatchett. Oscar Ross is suing Jacob Jakes in the amount of $4,304. Mr. Ross claims he asked his friend to house sit while he was out of town and says his tank full of exotic fish was destroyed after Mr. Jakes invited in a visitor he had specifically banned.
All right, Mr. Ross, you're in here suing, and you and Mr. Jakes have been friends over the years.
Yes, Your Honor.
What's going on between the two of you?
Your Honor, I've known Jacob for about 15 years now. We actually met in high school. We even went to the same college. I thought he was somebody I could trust. I figured out that wasn't the case.
All right, so why is it necessary for you to sue him? What happened?
Well, Your Honor, when I went on one of my trips, I actually travel about 3 to 4 times a month. So my job just calls for it. So when I went on one of my trips, I had a girlfriend at the time, and we weren't really on good terms. So I thought I'd ask my friend to stay at my place, and I'd do a good deed for him because he lives with his parents. I knew he'd be available. He doesn't have a job. I said I'd pay him, just watch my house. I have a couple valuable things that I really need him to take care of. I have 2 dogs, and I have a very elaborate fish tank.
What do you mean an elaborate fish tank? Tell me about this fish tank.
It's not your average fish tank, Your Honor. It's not your goldfish tank. This is a 73 gallons of salt water, 15 elaborate exotic fish.
That's an expensive, yes.
Yes, Your Honor.
That's
and he
an
knows,
expensive
I've
tank.
known him for a long time, so he knows I love fish. He knows how much I care about my fish. I paid him $500 just for watching my house.
For how long?
3 weeks.
For 3 weeks. Is that true, Jacob?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, and you agreed to house sit?
I agreed to house sit and watch his fish and take care of the dogs.
Okay, so to this point, things seem okay.
Yes,
You
Your
all
Honor.
have known each other since high school. You went to the same college. You all have been friends. Obviously, he's a trusted friend. What went wrong?
Yes, Your Honor. So actually, the reason that I actually had him watch my place is because my girlfriend, she has a couple of issues, and she doesn't seem to always have the right mindset. So sometimes she
Wait a minute, what kind of issues?
Well, she's insecure, and she has a lot of jealousy issues. So
Jealousy issues.
She doesn't trust me a lot.
Does she have reason not to trust you?
Well, I've had my struggles. Sometimes I'm only human. We've had our issues, like I told you, Your Honor. We've gone through some rough patches. She's dealt with some things with me, and I've dealt with things with her as well, because, like I said, she is insecure, and that didn't help any of the issues that we have.
Did you give her reason to be insecure?
I did, Your Honor.
Did you cheat on her?
Yes, Your Honor, one time.
Okay, so why do we have to go all around and back and forth? Okay, so now what happens when you leave?
Okay, so I told Jacob, we had a verbal agreement. I couldn't stress it enough. I said, while I'm gone, please do not allow her to come to the house. She's going to stop by. I warned him. I let him know. She will try to come by.
Why would she come by if you're not there?
Because she wanted to know what I was doing. She wanted to know where I was at. And I didn't want her to know that. Like I said, we weren't on good terms, so we were having a break right now. So I told her, don't worry about it. I'll be back in 3 weeks. Don't worry about where I'm going.
All right, Jacob, what was going on from your perspective? Talk to me.
Well, till now, everything he said is, somewhat of it is, about 90% is true.
Okay.
He did tell me not to let her in, not to let her in, just to be mindful of what I say to her.
Okay.
Which I didn't tell her anything because we've known each other since 15, 16 years, so I would never betray him.
Well, if you're traveling on your job, what is there for her not to know?
Well, he went on a 2-week business trip, and then there was 1 week which was vacation. He went to Aruba.
Oh, now this is becoming very clear. And is that what you didn't want her to know?
Well, it wasn't that I didn't want her to know. I didn't feel it was her business at the time.
So you didn't tell her?
I did not tell her, no.
Okay, all right. But you told Jacob not to tell her?
Yes, I did. And honestly, Your Honor, I don't feel as if that has anything to do with the case. The only reason I say that is because at the end of the day, we came upon an agreement It was determined that he was not going to allow her in. I told him that. He agreed to that. The reason I didn't want her inside of my house is because she is unstable. I have a lot of expensive things in my house. So if she comes to my house and she's unstable, then what will happen?
Okay, stop right there. So Jacob, tell me what happened. Now you're there, you're house sitting. What goes on with the girlfriend?
The first week, she showed up 3 times.
3 times?
3 times. She called me about 5 times. Every time she showed up, I kind of dodged the bullet. So I was trying to oh, I'm on my way out. I'm on my way out.
Right.
So I got away with it the first week. So the day of the incident, I was walking in from the supermarket. I had my key in the door, literally to go in, and I see her pull up.
Oh, no.
And she walks right beside me. She's like, Jacob, please tell me the truth, because I know. I was like, what do you know? I don't know anything. What are you talking about? I know. And she just started crying. I couldn't just leave her out there standing. I had to tell her to come in. It was just.
He didn't have to tell her to come in.
It was just. It's inhuman, Your Honor. She's a lady. She was hurt. I figured, all right, let me at least let her come in, sit down for a while, cool down, and in the meantime, I'll call him and let him know to call her.
Coming up on The Verdict with Judge Hatchett.
I heard a bang.
Your Honor, that's
she is
an
a little
understatement.
hysterical.
That's an understatement.
I'm talking, Oscar.
She went to my garage and grabbed a hammer and smashed my fish tank.
And later,
just a little bit before her bachelorette party, we were all just hanging out for our happy hour Cosmos, and I had told her drunkenly that I had kissed her fiance after they got engaged.
Why would you do that?
closed captioning provided by. If you'll be in the Los Angeles area and want to bring your case to court, call 1-888-552-6878. You're watching The Verdict with Judge Hatchett. The Verdict with Judge Hatchett is back with the case of Oscar Ross, who is suing Jacob Jakes for property damage.
Was this, come on, is this some vacation with somebody else in Aruba? Another woman in Aruba?
That was the case, Your Honor, but at the end of the day, like I said, that has nothing to do with what I'm talking about. The reason that is because he did not have to allow her inside of my house. Jacob has always been the type of person that likes to stir things up. He likes to, yes, he's always been this type of person. He likes to get involved with things that don't involve him. So I already know, that's why I told him originally, don't let her in, because I didn't even want to have to deal with him trying to play peacemaker or trying to say something that I didn't want him to say because it would enrage her.
Your Honor, I'm sorry. With all due respect, when she came in the house and she was crying, she looked at me straight in my eyes. Her tears are coming out of her eyes, and she looked at me. She told me, I know. She told me, please tell me the truth. I swear to you, I didn't tell her anything. I just put my head down because I didn't know what to say. And I ran to the bathroom to call him.
So now you've got this whole situation. So you go back, you leave the bathroom, and then what happens?
I heard a bang.
Oh, you heard a bang.
I heard a bang, and I figured already, all right, I know her,
Your Honor, that's an understatement.
She is a little hysterical.
That's an understatement.
I'm talking, Oscar.
She went to my garage and grabbed a hammer and smashed my fish tank. I don't think that's a bang that you hear. I think you hear that originally as soon as it happens.
Your Honor, I was in the bathroom when that happened. I didn't even want to leave the bathroom because I figured I know her. She is a little hysterical, and she does tend to do stuff like that.
Which I was trying to avoid.
I held my grounds in the bathroom. I said, I'm just gonna stick here till this kind of cools down. I waited about 10 minutes till I didn't hear any more noise, and when I stepped out of the bathroom, I saw all the water and the fishes.
You waited
were
10
everywhere.
minutes for a girl that weighs about 120 pounds to stop banging my fish tank in half. I don't understand that. I paid you, the only reason I paid you was to watch my fish tank and my dogs.
So now you're saying that he owes you $4,300.
Yes, Your Honor.
And $4 to be exact.
Yes, Your Honor.
Why should he pay for the damage to the tank if it was the girlfriend who got the hammer and destroyed it?
Because he's negligent. I literally paid him to watch my house, to watch my fish tank. I gave him direct instructions not to allow my girlfriend to enter my house because she might be unstable. I gave him all of these directions.
Yeah.
It wasn't like I didn't tell him.
I'm shocked that our friendship is worth $4,300.
No, but my fish tank is.
I can't believe you really bought me here for $4,300.
No, sorry.
15 years.
This goes above friendship, Your Honor. Like I said, if I told you don't do this and you specifically did exactly what I told you not to do, then you're liable. If I told you, don't allow her inside of my house because I don't know what she would do if she comes inside of the house, and I already know the type of person you are. You like to tell people too much information.
She was shaking in the door. You understand?
You're telling her. You told her things that you didn't need to tell her. You didn't need to tell her that information.
What are you
You just didn't need to let her inside of the house. Are you telling me that she ran you over?
She didn't run me over.
Did she run you over to get in the house?
What was I supposed to do? Was I just supposed to just leave her there and slam the door in her face?
You're always the good guy. You're always just the. You're just always innocent.
All right, I'm going to rule in this case. Well, let me just tell you. The thing that concerns me most about this case is that this is a friendship that spanned high school and college, and obviously years after college. And this is somebody that you said you trusted. This is somebody you said you've known for a while. And it seems to me that there's a friendship now that's really on the skids because of this. Do I think you should be responsible for the $4,300? No, I don't think so. Because she didn't just get crazy that day with the fish tank. Clearly, there's been something going on for a while.
It's been going on and off, Your Honor.
I mean, and you didn't do anything to help the situation because you said, Judge, she's insecure, she's this, she's that, she's not stable. But you gave her reason to be insecure. Now, do I justify the fact that she took a hammer and damaged your fish tank? Absolutely not. But I'm just saying that you fed into her insecurity and her instability because clearly you were cheating and lying. Then if you don't want to be with her, cut it off. If you want to be with other people, then go on about your business. And thank goodness that it was the fish tank and not you that she took a hammer to, or worse still, a knife, or waited for you to get home and shot you. Do you know how many people I have seen that happen to? Domestic violence is real. It's a real issue. Now, Jacob, you aren't without fault in this situation. You shouldn't have let her in the house. But under these circumstances, I think he needs to sue her, not you.
That's what I said. Sorry, Your Honor, but that's exactly what I said when I got the paper. I was like, why is he suing me?
Yeah, he needs to sue her. I'm dismissing your claim for the reasons I've stated. If there's nothing further, we'll stand adjourned.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Judge Hatchett has ruled in favor of the defendant. The plaintiff's claim has been dismissed.
You sued the wrong person. You had to sue her, not me.
I still think you're responsible. I trusted you.
Coming up.
I had taken off work, I was really excited to go, and I was just really upset. It's a very unique dress. It's altered specifically to my body, so I have no occasion to wear this to. It's just gonna sit in my closet forever.
Closed captioning provided by. You're watching The Verdict with Judge Hatchett. Maya Murphy is suing her former friend Amanda Phillips in the amount of $700. Ms. Murphy claims she was uninvited to the defendant's wedding and wants to be reimbursed for bridesmaid expenses.
All right, I understand, Maya and Amanda, that there was a time when you all were best friends, ran around, did all these things together, and now you are here suing her for $700.
Yes.
Because you say that she uninvited you for her wedding and that she owes you for the dress that you bought and the amount of money that you spent for the bachelorette party. Is that right?
Yes, Your Honor.
So what in the world happened?
Just a little bit before her bachelorette party, we were all just hanging out for our happy hour Cosmos, and I had told her drunkenly that I had kissed her fiance after they got engaged.
Why would you do that?
It just kind of happened. It was a mistake, and him and I, we really regretted it, and we just decided never to talk about it again because I know he really loved her, and I didn't want to betray her as a friend, so we just never talked about it again.
So what happened, Amanda? She tells you that she kissed your fiance, and what did you say?
I was shocked, and I told her I didn't know what to say, and I was really too angry to speak to her, so I took a day, and also I needed to speak with Troy, my now husband, and he told me that he was relieved the information was out in the open because he'd always been uncomfortable around Maya because she had been flirting with him for years. And I remember this very clearly that at that time, around the time that she said that she kissed him, he actively wanted to avoid Maya's presence, but didn't tell me why.
Coming up.
I'm not gonna lie, I did have feelings for him. I did introduce the two of them back when we were in college, but I would never come in the middle of them.
closed captioning provided by. You're watching The Verdict with Judge Hatchett. The Verdict with Judge Hatchett is back with the case of Maya Murphy, who is suing Amanda Phillips for bad debt.
So had you been flirting with Troy? I mean, had you been trying to get with Troy a year prior to this?
Not really.
So why did you
not
kiss
really.
him?
I mean, I did. I'm not gonna lie. I did have feelings for him. I did introduce the two of them back when we were in college, but I would never come in the middle of them.
So let's get back to the bachelorette party. So now you have put in your share of the money for the bachelorette party, correct?
Yes.
And you have also bought a dress to wear as a bridesmaid. So now she says, you can't come to the bachelorette party. What did you say?
I had taken off work. Like, I was really excited to go, and I was just really upset. I, of course, understand, but I wanted her to change her. Yeah, I wanted her to change her mind, though.
All right. Now, why specifically are you in my courtroom today?
I am suing Amanda for the costs of the dress alterations, all the accessories that went along with that, and for the $300 that I pitched into her bridal party that I wasn't able to attend.
Okay, so $300 for the bachelorette party. Mm-hmm. Another $400 for this dress.
Yes.
So what did you say to her about being in the wedding?
After the bachelorette party, which was basically ruined because we all had found out this dramatic, devastating information and had unanimously decided that she shouldn't come. It was just a weird party. I spoke with Troy, who explained the situation and made my decision that Maya could not be in the wedding anymore. So I called her to tell her that information.
And what did you say?
I was really upset because we've been best friends forever, and I really just wanted to be in her wedding, and I was just...
So why should she pay you for the dress?
It's a very unique dress. It's altered specifically to my body, so I have no occasion to wear this to. It's just gonna sit in my closet forever.
Judge Hatchett's verdict when we return. Promotional consideration provided by. You're watching The Verdict with Judge Hatchett.
So you didn't go to the bachelorette party. Clearly you didn't go to the wedding. And you all haven't talked since this happened. And you really thought that suing her for the $700 was going to make this okay?
I mean, at this point, I'm out $700, and I do want to patch things up with Amanda, but it's, for me, I'm bringing this to court because I just wanted the money for an event I never even attended.
All right, well, I'm not going to give you the $700. I'm not. I was thinking maybe I should give you part of the $300 back but the $700, I'm not going to give it back to you. I mean, I think that this is really messed up, frankly. I just really think this is messed up. That this is right before her wedding. She is very emotional about this, understandably so. I wouldn't want you at my bachelorette party either, frankly, under these circumstances. And I certainly wouldn't want you in my wedding. But you know what? This is one of those life lessons that you're just going to have to swallow. And I am denying your claim for $700. Nothing further, I am denying judgment for the plaintiff. We'll stand adjourned.
Judge Hatchett has ruled in favor of the defendant. The plaintiff's claim has been denied.
Obviously, I'm upset I didn't get my money, but I'm happy to see you and Troy are doing okay and you're doing good.
I still can't believe you dragged me here, and I'm just glad it's over.
This has been a production of Entertainment Studios.